Now, there's some patients out there that are compelled to lie about what they actually do while they're on dialysis. And here's the thing: if you are a patient that lies about your phosphorus and your potassium and your weight when you come in, they draw labs every month, and your blood's not gonna lie. So if you're doing something that you should not be doing, you're gonna get found out. So there's no point in lying about it. It's not gonna hurt you that much to change your life, to make slight lifestyle changes, so that way you can be healthier on dialysis. Or if you're looking to get a transplant, you can actually get that transplant. When I was in the centers, I've experienced a lot of people lying. There was a guy that sat next to me. Dude's name was Ted. And Ted was an older guy. But Ted liked to drink. You know, he liked to indulge in an alcoholic beverage every once in a while. But Ted didn't drink just one beverage. He drank 5 beverages. And he would eat a lot of things that he shouldn't have been eating. Now, this is not me speaking out of turn here. This is stuff that I've heard him say to the nurses and the nephrologist. Dude was sitting right next to me. Dialysis centers aren't exactly the most private places that you could be to have conversations, sensitive conversations. But Ted was going out of his way to do things that he wasn't supposed to be doing, and it reflected in his weight when he got on the scale. He would always come in like 8 or 9, sometimes 10 kilos over, and he would be in the dialysis center 6 days a week from Monday to Saturday, because Sunday the dialysis center is closed because they couldn't get off the amount of water fluid off his body in one treatment. So they had to divvy it out over long periods of time. The problem is when he went home, he would drink and he would gain all that weight back. So he was just constantly in this perpetual cycle of being overweight when he came in. And that can impact your health. It can impact blood vessels, and it can make you very, very sick. That fluid just stays around your organs. It permeates around your heart. It permeates into your lungs. It can make you very sick. So maintaining control over your weight is an important thing for your overall long-term health as a dialysis patient. But you shouldn't lie. Just, hey, listen, if you get busted, just own it. Admit that you were wrong. And then moving forward, actively try to do better. Don't just tell your doctor and your nurse that you're going to do better and then go right back to doing what you were doing before. You got to make the changes. You got to take the steps. You got to, when you say you're going to do something, you got to mean that. And then that will start reflecting in your labs. Your blood will not lie. Your blood will always tell on you. And the minute that a patient gets caught, and I've seen this so many times in dialysis centers, is, I don't know how that happened. I don't know how that happened. I'm taking care of it. I'm not drinking. I didn't drink anything yesterday. I didn't eat anything yesterday. But it's like, but you came in 8 kilos over, so you must have been doing something. So somebody's lying here. And it's like the dialysis center is not going to sit here and lie on you. They're going based off of the data that they're getting, based off of what the scale is telling them and your blood work. I seen a guy who would come in way overweight, and he would take off damn near everything he was wearing, and he was still massively over because he didn't take those necessary steps to take care of himself. A lot of patients, when they end up on dialysis, they already have these habits, like, instilled in them before they got sick, and then they don't want to make the changes after they end up on dialysis. Their habits are very rigid and very ingrained in them, and they don't want to walk away from the stuff they used to eat. They don't want to walk away from the stuff they used to drink. Dialysis, when done correctly, is very demanding. It's not there's some leeway, but there's not a lot. You have more restrictions on you than you do leeway to do things. even when you take care of yourself. You should always be working towards maintaining a healthy lifestyle as a dialysis patient, because you could easily just fall off that cliff real easy. It's very easy to just be going along, and then you make a bunch of bad decisions over a prolonged period of time, and then the next thing you know, it's just boop, and you fall down the cliff, and now you're in the hospital all the time. You're constantly getting infections. Labs are all out of control. Your eyesight's all messed up. You know, your feet and your body is swelling up from too much fluid on your body. You know, you're getting blood in your lungs. That happened to me before. You know, I had so much fluid on me because, my graft had stopped working, and I was going into a holiday, like a Labor Day weekend or something like that, so nobody could see me. Even after I went to the emergency room, they didn't have anybody that could do the surgery, so I was just stuck until from Tuesday to like the Monday or whatever the time was, and then fluid started to get on my lungs. It was like that when I first initially got sick, before I even realized what was happening. You know, I'm like coughing up blood, and I didn't know why, because the fluid, my kidneys were failing. I didn't know, and the fluid was getting inside my lungs. But again, don't lie to your care team, and don't lie to yourself, because there are consequences for that.